Wraps Baseball's Nippon Professional Baseball Report. In this video, we are going to look at the Pacific League import hitters and see how they've fared through the first 9 games of the season. We begin with our Pacific League hitter player of the week, and that would be Stefen Romero for the Rakuten Eagles. Romero, who played his college baseball at Pima Community College and then transferred in his final seasons to Oregon State University, was originally drafted by the Seattle Mariners in the 12th round of the 2010 Major League Draft. In 2012, Romero was the Seattle Mariners Minor League Player of the Year, where he hit .352 with 23 homers and 101 runs batted in with Double-A Jackson in the Southern League. 2014 was the only time that Romero made an opening day lineup in the big leagues, as he made the Mariners opening day lineup. And unfortunately, he hit to a tune of 192 in 73 games. Could never really get it going. In 2016, the Mariners released Romero, and he was able to sign a 3-year contract with the Oryx Buffaloes worth $7.5 million to take his services overseas. Unfortunately, in the last season, he failed to come to an agreement with the Buffaloes and signed a free agent deal with the Rakuten Golden Eagles. This by now looks like it's a smart decision or a good decision for Romero, as unfortunately Oryx is off to a tough start, only winning once in their first 9 games. This week, Romero was 11 for 22 with 2 homers, 4 RBIs, and not bad for a guy who right now they've got batting down in the order, hitting 6th. On the season, Romero's had 32 at-bats, and he's got 14 hits to go with 6 doubles, 2 home runs, and also he's batting .438, so he's one of the league leaders at the plate. So that's our report on Stefen Romero, and who Last Wraps Baseball considers to be our Pacific League Player of the Week. Our next player is Brandon Laird of the Chiba Lotte Marines. Laird, now in his 2nd season with Chiba after leaving the Rakuten Golden Eagles, was 7 for 23 this week with 3 homers and 5 RBIs. Laird, who in 2016 led the Pacific League with 39 home runs, also was a star during the Japan Series, where he hit a home run in Game 4 of the 2016 Japan Series, as well as a grand slam in Game 6, and won the Japan Series MVP award. As a whole on the season, Laird has 32 at-bats, 11 hits, 5 homers, 8 RBIs, and he's batting .344. That's our report on Brandon Laird. Our next featured import player is Corey Spangenberg of the Cebu Lions. The former first-round pick of the San Diego Padres in 2011 has had an interesting start to his Japanese baseball career. On the opening weekend, Spangenberg had a hit in his very first at-bat, and then went 13 consecutive at-bats without reaching base, including 8 strikeouts. He hit leadoff on the weekend, and then the manager decided to drop him to 7th in the batting order, where he immediately responded with a 4-hit game. But this week as a whole has been pretty good for Spangenberg, as he went 10 for 26. The big concern is, hitting in the leadoff spot, Spangenberg has 17 strikeouts in 40 at-bats. If Spangenberg wants to turn it around, he's going to have to start to become more consistent, and also to be able to start having better barrel control and making more contact, putting the balls into play. On the season, Spangenberg is 11 for 40 with 5 runs scored, a homer, 5 RBIs, and he's batting .275. Again, the concern is 17 strikeouts to only 1 walk. Not what you're really looking for in a leadoff hitter. Next up is the player that's most familiar to North American baseball audiences, and that is Oryx Buffaloes outfielder Adam Jones. Jones has spent the majority of his career with the Baltimore Orioles, and last season with the Arizona Diamondbacks, is off to what I would say a start of mixed reviews. Though he's starting to find his sea legs, the team itself with the Oryx Buffaloes is off to a horrendous start. only winning one of their first 9 games. Currently, the Buffaloes have 4 regulars in their lineup batting below 220. And when I look at the composition of the team, it's a lot to be concerned about. They have 6 import players. One of those players is languishing down on the farm team, which is former Detroit Tigers Steven Moya. And there's Aderlin Rodriguez and of course, Adam Jones offensively. And then, of course, on the mound, there's Andrew Albers, Brandon Dixon, and Tyler Higgins. This week, Jones was 5 for 23 at the plate with 2 home runs. And on the season, Adam Jones is 8 for 33 with those 2 homers, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts for a .242 batting average. I think that obviously there's high expectations for Jones because they've signed him to a $7 million 2-year deal with a 3rd-year option that they expect to have production. But sometimes it's a little bit hard when you have nobody else around you that can maybe protect you in the batting order. So Jones is not off having a fun start to his NPB career. But I also think that I would be taking a look at what type of lineup that the Buffaloes are rolling out there, and maybe try to find some ways to upgrade some of their talent around him. Our last featured player is Vladimir Valentin, who featured for 9 seasons in a Yakult Swallow uniform. This year, he's joined the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, and for him with Fukuoka, he's the only import hitter that the Hawks have in their lineup. Currently, he's off to a slow start this season where he's 6 for 33 with 2 homers, 3 RBIs, and a batting average of 182 with 12 strikeouts in those 33 at-bats. Valentin is a proven NPB veteran, and I think that the Hawks will be patient with him. Usually, their type of management is the type that will develop players slowly in their own system, bring them along too late rather than bring them up too early. And I think that the organization's philosophy will be with patience with Valentin because obviously he's a proven NPB veteran at the plate, although he's now entering into his mid-30s. So with that being said, I expect Valentin to start to turn it around. And as Valentin starts to turn it around, I think the Hawks will start playing much better than .500 baseball. The team will start to do better as Valentin goes and can carry him. So that's a report on Vladimir Valentin and also for this week's NPB report. Thanks for taking the time to watch Last Raps Baseball's Nippon Professional Baseball Report and our update on Import Pacific League hitters. Tomorrow, we'll be back again featuring the Central League hitters and how they performed during the first full week of NPB action. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, and if you like the video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. But once again, I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll look to see you again tomorrow.